Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again to the 2-Minute Drill. Welcome back. This is week number 8 of the NFL season. My name is Corbin Thompson. Of course, glad you could be here as always at Lexy.com. And, well, a couple of more surprises here in the NFL for week 8. But first, let me give out the website, 2-Minute Drill, the number 2, 2minutedrill.lexy.com. And, well, I tell you what, looking at week 8, I'll say this, that, with some of the premier teams in the NFC having a week off because of the bye, it gave some other teams a chance to sneak in, and some teams, probably took advantage of it. Some teams didn't. For example, the Patriots, even though the Jets had their bye last week, the Patriots were able to take advantage of a Jet loss this week. So 2 lead changes within the division, 2 division lead changes happened this week. The Patriots were one of them, and when you look at it, you're halfway through the schedule now. And some teams still have their buys that they have to take, and so it's still, I think the feeling out process is kind of over. Now, you get into this stretch run. I know that, from Thanksgiving on is when the home stretch comes in. So we're not there yet. We're not at Thanksgiving yet. Got a few weeks to go, but just interesting to see the way some things have kind of panned out. I mean, look at Oakland, for example. Who would have thought that Oakland would be at 500 at this point? But they are. So, still a ways to go, but some interesting developments here in week number 8 of the NFL season. So with that being said, let's get to it. Week number 8 in the NFL, and we will start with Denver and San Francisco. This game out in London, of all places. Wembley Stadium, if you flew all the way to London for this game, more power to you. But the Niners win this one 24-16 at the hands of Denver. And Troy Smith for San Francisco, the backup quarterback, 12 of 19 for 196 with a touchdown that he threw in the fourth quarter with just under 7.5 minutes left in the game. Frank Gore had 118 yards on the ground with a touchdown to help out the Niners, and that one's both teams now at 2-6. Jacksonville and Dallas. Jacksonville rolls in this one. Dallas kind of helpless without Tony Romo. Not that, they were pretty helpless with Tony Romo, but without him, 35-17 lost there in Big D. For Jacksonville, David Garrard, 5 touchdown passes. He had 4 in the air, 1 on the ground. And Mike Sims-Walker, 8 catches, 153 yards with a touchdown. For Dallas, 1-6, their worst start since 1989. And if you remember, I believe that was the year they went 1-15, if I'm not mistaken. John Kitna, 379 yards in the air, but he threw 4 picks. That will not help you. Now, Miami and Cincinnati, the Dolphins, win this one. They continue their road mastery, road warriors, if you will, 22-14 over the Bengals. For Miami, Dan Carpenter, 5 field goals for the game. Second game in a row that he's kicked 5. Last week they lost because of that controversial play against Pittsburgh. This time they make the 5 field goals stick, and they win it 22-14 over Cincinnati. Buffalo and Kansas City. Now, the Chiefs needed overtime to win this one. Second overtime game that Buffalo has lost, and it came down to the last play of a field goal at the end of overtime. Ryan Suckup, a 35-yard field goal as time expired. If he missed it, the game would have ended in a tie. But the Chiefs win it 13-10. Jamal Charles, 177 yards on the ground. Washington and Detroit, the Lions, 37-25 winners here. And, of course, the Lions were at home, so you figure some people may not be surprised that they won because they're at home. But Matt Stafford, 4 touchdown passes in his first game back. Calvin Johnson, 9 receptions, 101 yards, 3 touchdown catches. Now let's see if I get this right. Nadumkasu. You guys pronounce it. Anyway, 17-yard fumble recovery with a touchdown to cement it for the Lions. The score was 31-25 at the time, and that sealed the deal. So Donovan McNabb. Now this was an interesting move where Mike Shanahan benched Donovan McNabb in this one, and now you're going to get some controversy. Obviously, I think most people feel that McNabb, even on the other side of the hill, is still better than Rex Grossman. But now you're going to get some people shaking their heads in D.C. because of that move. He benched McNabb with 1:45 left in the game, and it didn't exactly help the Redskins as Grossman came in first play, fumbled the ball away, and Sue runs it back, for the touchdown. But there you have it. Carolina and St. Louis. St. Louis winning this one 20-10. Now for St. Louis, they won 4 straight at home. The defense forced 4 Carolina turnovers. Of course, Carolina going in the wrong direction at 1-6, but St. Louis at 4-4, hanging in there in the NFC West. Green Bay at the Jets. Now, I have not seen, whether it be high school, college, or pro. Maybe it's just because I don't watch enough games. I don't know. But it's been a long time since I've seen a 9-0 game, and this one was it. Green Bay wins it 9-0 over the Jets, and so the Jets defense did what they were supposed to do, but couldn't score anything. So the first time the Jets have been shut out since 06 and a 10-0 loss to the Bears. As for Green Bay, Mason Crosby's 3 field goals was the difference. So not much to see if you went out to that game to watch the Jets out in Jersey. Meanwhile, Tennessee and San Diego, the Chargers, come back and win this one 33-25. Vince Young left this game in the fourth quarter with an injury for the Titans, so it's going to be, that carousel again between Vince Young and Kerry Collins. So we'll see what Tennessee decides to do. Phillip Rivers for the Chargers, 27-36. Man, I tell you, 305 yards. It seems like every time I look at the stats, Rivers is putting up big numbers, but 2 touchdowns for Rivers and the 8th straight win over the Titans going back to 1993. So, obviously a big win for the Chargers. They want to try to stay in it in the AFC, so you'll see if they can turn things around here in the second half of the season. Meanwhile, Minnesota and New England, the Patriots win this one at home 28-18 over the reeling Vikings. Minnesota, Brett Favre knocked out of this game, and on top of everything else, all of the other injuries he had, he got knocked out on a big hit in the fourth quarter. Now, for New England, now they lead the AFC East. Now, they take over the lead from the Jets, and because the Jets lost, Ben Jarvis Green Ellis, that's his name, Ben Jarvis Green-Ellis, 17 carries, 112 yards with 2 touchdowns. Now, New England, are they the powerhouse team that they were a few years back? Probably not, but they are 6-1. They are getting the job done in the AFC East, so that's something to contend with if you're the rest of the conference. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay and Arizona, the Bucks, 38-35 winners here. I saw the end of this game, and it just looked like, both teams were playing hot potato with the game, but Tampa Bay takes it. LeGarrette Blount, now I'm sure you guys remember LeGarrette Blount from his college days, back in college, when he sucker punched one of his opponents. But anyway, 22 carries, 120 yards with 2 touchdowns. Mike Williams, 105 yards with a pair of TDs for the Bucks. So they moved to 5-2. Seattle and Oakland. Now the Raiders. I tell you what, somebody break up the Raiders. As I said in the outset, they're 4-4. 33-3 winners here over the Seahawks, which makes me happy because the Giants play Seattle next week. Meanwhile, Oakland, they've outscored their opponents 92-17 in the last 2 weeks. So you figure Seattle and Denver, both AFC West, Seattle's the NFC West. I'm going back to the old days now, but you get the point. Jason Campbell, 310 yards with a pair of touchdowns. Darius Hayward-Bay, 5 catches, 105 yards with the score. So Oakland right now, the offense is just clicking on all cylinders behind Jason Campbell. Now the Sunday night game, Pittsburgh and New Orleans, the Saints, 20-10 winners here. This was actually a 6-3 game going into the fourth quarter, but the Saints able to win it, kind of a wacky fourth quarter. Drew Brees, 34 of 44, put it up 44 times for 305 yards with a pair of touchdowns, only 1 pick this time as opposed to the 4 that he threw last week, and 3 receivers with over 50 yards. So a good night offensively for the Saints, and they're able to get a W and move their record to 5-3. So all that talk about a hangover and are the Saints done and that type of thing, I guess you could put that on hold for at least 1 more week. Of course, the Monday night game is still to come. Houston and Indianapolis, both teams at 4-2 in the AFC South. Now remember, of course, the bye week went to Atlanta, Baltimore, Chicago, Cleveland, the Giants, and Philadelphia. Don't forget our 2-minute drill at Facebook page, the Monday Night Contest. Of course, we just mentioned Houston and Indianapolis, the Monday night game. So Facebook.com/Lexy2MD. You guys do me a favor. Could you, you know what? As much as I like KC Boy and as much as I like seeing Fred's Cowboys suffer, I kind of designed it not to have the same 2 guys every week on the Facebook page for the Monday Night Contest. So if you guys, if you guys are fat cats that want a little, food in your belly, check out the Facebook page for the Monday Night Contest. It's a $25 gift certificate that goes to the winner, a restaurant certificate from restaurant.com and King James Express on the web at www.jamesisking.com. So you can get that. Like I said, as much as I like KC Boy, and like I said, as much as I like to see Fred's Cowboys lose, you guys are more than welcome to go on the Facebook page if you have an account on Facebook and you want to enter the Monday Night Contest. You can do that. So that takes care of business. Of course, if you want to post a comment on the Facebook page or leave me a comment through the website at 2minutedrill.lexy.com, please feel free to do that. So until Thursday when we talk about week number 9, which is one more thing I should put up there next week, I'm going to start probably posting a video of my picks, my predictions from here on out. I'll do that starting Friday with Week 9 because I thought it might be interesting to do that. But 61 and 43 so far, not counting this week here. But 61 and 43 so far for me, because I do the Yahoo picks. I do the Yahoo picks just for kicks. So 61 and 43 so far. So we'll try to have some fun with that along the way. But anyway, until Thursday, this is Corbett Thompson saying good night, Godspeed. Thanks once again for listening to the 2-Minute Drill.